Welcome back, everyone, to the NFT Nation podcast, the most relatable and reliable NFT and crypto podcast in the nation. And in today's episode, I'll be covering a few news stories from the crypto and NFT market that kind of just summarize what's been going on in the past week. So, without further ado, let's just get right into the stories. So, for our first story today, it is Elon Musk mocks Warren Buffett over Warren Buffett's anti-crypto stance. And this article comes from the New York Post. Elon Musk mocked Warren Buffett after the legendary investor once again hit out cryptocurrencies over the weekend, saying he wouldn't even agree to buy all the Bitcoin in the world for $25. So obviously, Warren Buffett has a pretty strong stance about him not liking cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin. Posting a video of Buffett speaking at the Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholder meeting on Saturday, venture capitalist Mark Anderson wrote that it was a wild that Buffett criticized Bitcoin while nakedly shilling diabetes, a reference to the boxes of seized candy that surrounded the legendary investor at the table. Also, Warren Buffett is a big proponent of Coca-Cola, which is not the best thing for you either. But to get back onto the cryptocurrency topic, Elon Musk responded to what Warren Buffett said on Twitter by saying, haha, he says Bitcoin so many times. Like, Warren Buffett only mentioned Bitcoin. Like, he didn't talk about anything else. Like, it was just, he's so naive to what cryptocurrencies really are. Buffett and his top deputy, Berkshire Hathaway's vice chairman, Charlie Munger, had very few good things to say about cryptocurrencies during the annual meeting. Buffett, who is currently the sixth richest person in the world with a net worth valued at Forbes around $116.8 billion, said he is opposed to Bitcoin because it's not a tangible asset like real estate or many other businesses. Whether the price of Bitcoin goes up or down in the next year, 5 or 10 years, I don't know, Buffett said. So he obviously doesn't care about where Bitcoin will go in the next few years. He also said, if you told me you own all the Bitcoin in the world and offered it to me for $25, I wouldn't take it because what would I do with it? He said, I'd have to sell it back to you one way or another. It isn't going to do anything. Last month, crypto supporter Peter Thiel, the billionaire investor, hit out Buffett, calling him a sociopathic grandpa from Omaha and an enemy of Bitcoin. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call Warren Buffett a sociopath, but obviously he does not like cryptocurrencies in any way. Thiel said investors should embrace current cryptocurrencies as a hedge against inflation. Munger said he would never invest in Bitcoin because, in my life, I try to avoid things that are stupid and evil that make me look bad. And Bitcoin does all three of those. So obviously, not only does Warren Buffett not like crypto, his kind of best friend and business partner, Charlie Munger, hates it as well. Elon Musk, meanwhile, has been an enthusiastic supporter of Dogecoin, the meme-inspired cryptocurrency, which was started as a joke in 2013 as a way to make fun of the surrounding Bitcoin hype. Uh, Also, the digital currency features the face of the Shiba Inu dog from the viral Doge meme as its logo and namesake. So obviously that's just a brief example of what Dogecoin is if anyone in the audience does not know, but we all know what Dogecoin is at this point. My kind of personal thoughts in this story is that these billionaires have very different views on the future of crypto. It kind of shows how everyone, no matter how much money you have, you always have different opinions than another person. It's important to look at both sides and understand why one side supports crypto and why the other doesn't. I think this is really important when you are investing in any asset, whether it be stocks or cryptocurrency. You kind of want to look at both sides, want to look at people that support it and people that do not support it to see if you should make what decision you should make. Also, Warren has made billions in the stock and venture capital space, so it makes sense he does not want to deal with crypto because that's not where his wealth has come from. Elon is much more tech savvy and has made money in both the tech and venture capital space, so it makes sense that Elon Musk is a proponent of Bitcoin because he's obviously younger than Munger, but he has a massive tech background. Also, Tesla has crypto on their balance sheets, so Elon can be bias towards cryptocurrency as a whole. But I believe it's a good idea to see Elon fight back against Warren and Warren's opinions, because it's always good to see a little bit of controversy in the finance space, because it always makes people kind of shine the light on other assets and explain why they truly believe in a certain asset or not. And for my second story today, this comes from CoinDesk, and the story is that the SEC, or the Security Exchange Commission, adds staff as it ramps up its anti-crypto scam efforts. So pretty much the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, aka the SEC, is hiring another 20 enforcement staff for the unit that protects investors from crypto scams and many other cyber threats. That addition makes 50 total staff members dedicated to probing security law violations in fields like coin offerings or ICOs, rug pulls, lending violations, NFTs, and many decentralized finance kind of violations. Since 2017, the unit has brought more than 80 enforcement actions for fraudulent and unregistered offerings, with monetary relief totaling more than $2 billion. SEC Chief Gary Gensler has previously hit out exchanges like Coinbase for not registering with regulators when they offer security like tokens. In September, he said that the new area of responsibility would require a lot more people at the agency. So this is why they're beginning to hire more and more kind of crypto police officers, if that makes sense. So also, recent SEC proposals have indicated it could extend enforcement action to decentralized finance, offering new regulatory risk for crypto projects in the country. There are also reports that the agency is looking into whether NFTs should fall under its responsibility. So obviously the SEC just wants to keep everyone safe with pretty much just not getting scammed, just like they would any other securities kind of market. So this makes sense. They are getting into crypto. Also, the SEC policies those offering securities for sale, as well as those who advise on or broker trades, to make sure they are open and honest with clients. It says that its enforcement actions in conventional markets mean hundreds of millions of dollars returned to wrong investors each year. So obviously, as we are continuing to see the crypto market grow alongside with pretty much all of finance, the SEC pretty much has deemed it their responsibility to keep people safe inside the space. And I believe that this is a pretty good thing in kind of all reality, because the SEC is a government organization that will keep people safe and can kind of return lost or kind of lock up people that have been doing people wrong. But also, I think the SEC wants to kind of stick their nose in everything that's going on inside the crypto market. And I think them by kind of in hiring more crypto police officers, like I mentioned earlier, they are able to learn more about the crypto markets and dive deeper into what's truly going on. My personal thoughts is that even though I believe the government does not like crypto, it is good to see a regulation come down on those who are scamming the crypto community. I hope they start to track down the main creators of these rug pulls, as well as fake NFT collections. And all I want is for people to be safe inside the Web3 space. And this is a perfect step in the right direction for all kind of future projects and future crypto and Web3 kind of creations as a total. For my third story today is that CI Global Galaxy Digital Expand ETF suite with blockchain and many other metaverse offerings. This article also comes from CoinDesk, and CI Global Asset Management launched the CI Galaxy Blockchain ETF and the CL Galaxy Metaverse ETF, both of which will begin trading Tuesday on the Toronto Stock Exchange. So the blockchain exchange traded fund seeks to track the performance of companies engaged in the development of blockchain technologies, along with businesses operating and developing the blockchain ecosystem, according to a press release from the company that is creating this ETF. Among targeted sectors are crypto miners, miner equipment makers, brokers, and custody services. So it would be your publicly traded companies that mine Bitcoin, or maybe create software for Bitcoin mining, or even crypto services like Robinhood or Coinbase. Like that would all be inside the ETF. The Metaverse ETF aims to track the performance of companies materially engaged in the interactions, enablement, and connectivity of the metaverse, according to a company statement. Among targeted companies are those involved in the augmented and virtual reality, gaming, entertainment, payments, and social media. So this would be your stuff like your Facebooks, your Snapchat, maybe even Roblox or Microsoft that are working to implement the metaverse into everyday life. Both of these funds will track indexes created by the Alien in partnership with Michael Novogratz Galaxy Digital Holdings. Each has an annual management fee of about 50 basis points if anyone is heavily in the ETF and kind of stock market space. They'll understand what that means. So the Roy Ratnavel, which is CI executive vice president and head of distribution for CI GAM, said that blockchain and the metaverse are two extraordinarily powerful trends that are set to dramatically change our society and how we do business. Our ETFs provide investors with low cost, convenient, and diversified exposure to the growth potential of these rapidly developing leading edge sectors. He also said that these product launches expand CI and Galaxy's initial ETF offerings listed in Toronto, including the CL Galaxy Multi Crypto ETF, CL Galaxy's Bitcoin funds, and the CL Galaxy's Ethereum funds. So, obviously, this company is a major player in getting retail investors to invest into the crypto and metaverse space through the stock market. Also, these new CI products follow similar moves from larger asset managers. In April, Fidelity Investments launched 2 ETFs for investors to gain exposure to the broader crypto, blockchain, and many other digital payment ecosystems. My kind of personal thoughts on this whole article is that it's really great to see a huge ETF player begin to invest in the Web3 as well as the metaverse, and also they are doing a lot of good by kind of putting themselves out there and taking the risk to support crypto and NFTs as well as the metaverse through this ETF offering. This makes me very bullish for the future because we will begin to see another horde of investors into the crypto space, which will allow the crypto space to begin to grow even more. It will also allow retail as well as institutional investors to put their money into these fields through these ETFs, because ETFs are looked as more of a safer route to investing. Also, it is a great outlook for the future of Web3 development, and now it's pretty much time for the US stock exchange to do the same and get these ETFs into the US so US investors are able to invest into the metaverse as well as crypto. Also, I think it's a great idea to kind of do your own research. If anyone is in Canada currently and looking to invest into any of these ETFs, just want to put it out there that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to report the news, even though I think it's a good idea for the future because the metaverse and in crypto has a lot of upside. You obviously have to understand the risk you are putting yourself through with these investments. So, for my fourth and final story today, to kind of end off this podcast episode with a little bullishness for the crypto space, it is that the Coinbase CEO said in a recent interview that he believes 1 billion people will have tried crypto within a decade. And this comes from cryptonews.com. And the number of people who have used or tried crypto assets will reach 1 billion within a decade, contributing even more to the global economy, according to Brian Armstrong, CEO of the major crypto exchange Coinbase. He said that, "My guess is that in 10 to 20 years, we'll see a substantial portion of GDP happening in the crypto economy," Armstrong said during a session at this year's Macon Institute Global Conference, as quoted by Bloomberg. His estimate is relatively conservative compared with the one offered by another major crypto platform, Crypto.com. Last December, the company expected 2022 will be the year when the global number of crypto users for the first time will reach 1 billion people. The company also estimated that there was more than 292 million crypto users worldwide in November of 2021. Also in February of 2021, Crypto.com said it hoped to hit the 100 million user mark by 2023. Crypto says that Coinbase, says it now has over 90 million verified users. Meanwhile, the CEO of Coinbase also reiterated that regulatory uncertainty in the US remains one of the key key factors hampering the crypto industry's growth compared with the internet's regulatory framework. The one related to crypto has been developed at a significantly slower pace. So obviously he's saying that there'd be a lot more growth in the crypto community by now if there wasn't so much regulatory concern, because with the internet there wasn't as much regulatory concern, which why the internet was able to grow at such a fast pace. However, he said it's been harder and harder to meet a true crypto skeptic in DC. So pretty much he's just saying that more and more people inside the government and people that make the rules and laws are becoming a lot more open to the crypto space. Speaking at the same panel, Kathy Wood, which is the CEO of the global asset manager ARK Invest, said that decentralized finance, or DeFi, was one of crypto sector's fields that had the potential to absorb some of the most talented finance industry representatives. So she's obviously just reiterating that a lot of people from the regular finance space are moving into DeFi. She said that in the case of DeFi and the next generation internet, we are seeing a lot of financial companies losing talent to crypto. She was quoted as saying, "So they have to take it seriously, or else they're going to be hollowed out." So pretty much she's saying if these regular finance companies don't look to decentralized finance as something serious, they're going to begin to lose a lot of talent to DeFi. So I think this is great for kind of end the episode on something bullish, especially when big CEOs of huge crypto companies are bullish on the future of crypto. That makes me feel better about the current market. And I really hope you all enjoyed these 4 stories. I really tried to bring a wide variety of crypto news all into one episode, just so everyone gets a basic understanding of kind of the current news in the crypto market, just to keep up with it. It doesn't have to be anything serious. Like, you don't have to take notes on these news stories or anything, but it's good to see. It's good to hear every once in a while what's truly going on in the crypto space, and that's what I'm here to do. So hopefully this made you feel a little bit more positive about the crypto market. It's kind of funny that there's some billionaire beef inside the crypto market as well. And if you feel like you learned something today, or you just kind of enjoyed hearing the stories from me today, I would love for you to share this with a friend, or maybe even rate us 5 stars on Spotify. That really helps us grow the podcast. And you really don't even understand how much I would appreciate that. Also, if you want to send us a message on any of our social medias, maybe about a potential topic, or maybe even become a guest or join me for the show one day, feel free to contact us on our social medias. It is at NFT_nation_podcast. That is our TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube handle. We are always open to any DMs or messages you guys send us. We would love to hear from you. So obviously, that's going to be it for me today. Have a great day, guys, and see you later.